Okay, hello everybody, it's Matt here from Mactars. Hope you guys are going well. Just getting organised here, so we're going to be carving this little pumpkin here today. Feedback there. I'm not sure why that is doing that. Hey Clay's Carving, how are you going? I'm trying to organise this camera so it's not actually facing the wrong way. It's always the way. Exit solo layout. No. Settings. Camera. No, that's the wrong one. Facing back. Okay. Organize this a little bit better. Okay. Oh, sorry about that, everybody. Is everybody there? I had a bit of an accident there and turned the camera off. Right, okay. Apparently this is going to stay in portrait mode today. I'm not sure why, but we will just carry on. Okay, so today... Hi Claire, how are you going? What time is it there? Must be about maybe 9 o'clock at night, I think, maybe. So today I'm going to carve this little pumpkin here. It's a little mini pumpkin. And I'm going to carve it out of this. This is cedar. And I'm going to have a look at this Dremel bit here as well. It's a cutting wheel. I kind of feel like it's lethal. Anyway. And I will also show you what I've been working on a little bit later. The carving that I've been working on this week that has been extremely hard. So what shall we do first? We'll have a look at this cutting wheel first, actually. 8:37 in the evening. Very accurate there, Claire. Yeah. Oh, cool. So this is a cutting wheel, and it goes on one of those not easy to get out of the packet. So if you can see it there, these are not cheap. Well, they're not cheap in New Zealand anyway. And I'm not sure how long it's going to last for. It's kind of got like an abrasive kind of coating on those outside bits. And I have used it. I used it on this pumpkin, so I'll show you how I use it on the pumpkin we're going to make. But pretty much, I'll give you a quick demonstration of it first. Let's move all this stuff. Has anyone used one of these wheels in the chat? Oh, hey, Slicer John. That's a cool name, Slicer John. Right, okay. Okay, grab a few pieces of bare wood. And these, if you haven't used one of these things, these EZ Lock things, you sort of pull that back like that. Quite hard to show in there. And then you put that over and you twist it, I guess 90, and then release it and it's locked in there. All right, that makes sense, Slicer John. Right, okay. I don't often wear gloves, but I kind of feel like this would slice your finger off. Okay, so glasses. Okay, so this is finger as well. So now, easy that goes in. Yeah. I'm just wearing a mask for a bit. Right, okay, so yeah, that slices through cedar pretty well. This is a skateboard. I'm just going to clean the screen actually. Right, okay, so I can see again. That's a skateboard there. I'll just move it down a bit so it's easier. It's always a pain when you're trying to film things, is trying to get the camera in the right place, and so you guys can see, and I'm sort of like going around the camera as well. So this is a skateboard, and it's made of Canadian maple. Oh. Right. So it's obviously a bit harder. The actual Dremel actually cut out then, so that was kind of interesting. Right, I think yeah, apparently you can carve with this as well. I'm not sure. I'll give that a go. All right. All right. Okay. So that is the Dremel bit, and I'm going to show you how I use it to carve that pumpkin. Actually came in quite handy with that. I'm not sure if it's very safe for beginners though. So that is the EZ544, and it says it's a wood cutting wheel. Okay, so we'll get on with this pumpkin because this might take a little while. Okay, so how I would approach this is, believe it or not, I've never carved a pumpkin before apart from this one, and they're not too bad actually, quite easy. Nice shape to them as well. You just got to kind of think about it. So I cut this out on the bandsaw. You could use a log or whatever you want to use. If it's about the right height and everything, that makes it a lot easier. So pretty much what we're going to do first is we're going to cut the stalk out. So it's about there. Okay, so I'm just gonna, so the stalk's gonna go in here, and because you see it's sort of going over on this angle, maybe we will move it over this side into this kind of like grainy, tighter grain over here, so it's a bit stronger. Okay. So that just gives me kind of like a reference. And go around with a pencil. This is just a rough kind of guideline. So that's going to be the pumpkin down there, and that's going to be the stalk in the middle, sort of like that. All right. Okay. My chat doesn't seem to be working now. That's all falling apart. Oh, here we go. Is Halloween celebrated much in New Zealand? No, it's not clear. It's sort of like, it's very, I think it's not as big as in America. Like, we've never had kids come around here. It's a little bit bigger now. Like in stores, they sell Halloween kind of stuff and all, but it's just not as big here as it is over there. So hence, I've never carved a pumpkin. Right. Okay. So what you could do is if you don't have one of these, or you value your fingers, because I feel like that's kind of dangerous. I don't know why. That's why I'm wearing gloves. Okay. What you could do is you could just work it back with the flame burr, and you just work it back. So that's quite a lot of wood. Or you could cut it out with a saw and sort of go like that, and it's up to the person. Kind of what you do. Yeah, everyone has different sort of like tools and all of that. Oh, g'day, Chris. Oh, cool. Yeah, Chris is off to work. You work graveyard shift or something, I think. I think Chris, isn't it? So it's probably midnight there or something. Right, okay. So I'm going to put on my mask for this, so I'll probably stop talking. Actually, for the first time in about 3 years, I actually hit my finger yesterday with, which one was it? It was this lovely little extreme ball gouge. It just nicked right on there, left a real nice little indentation. Alright, okay. So here we go. I am wearing a glove because I don't know, I kind of feel like there's just catch that would go around it. So famous last week. Oh, I just realised you can't see it either because there's all dust on there. Right, okay. I'll just find something to wipe it off with. Holy cow. Alright. Okay. How much of that you actually store? Because I'm going to raise the camera up a bit so it doesn't get so dusty. You probably saw the beginning of it. Okay, so I've been cutting sort of like bits out of it. And yeah, that's a special effect. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry, that dust really takes it to the camera. Okay, so let's see if I can get that stalk out without getting the camera too dirty again. Ooh. Right, okay. That sure is dusty work. I need one of those dust tables. I just realised why everyone has them now. Camera's covered in dust. Just get that a quick wipe. Okay, what we got going on in the chat? Okay, so what do you reckon to this? What do you reckon to this EZ Lock kind of cutting wheel? I think it's vicious. I was just envisioning sort of like, you know, how you can get it and it'll grab and then it'll go around like this. That's usually how most accidents kind of happen. I feel like that grabs and then goes around. You've got your fingers over here and then you just go over them. So that is cut out the stalk there, and so we've kind of got the general shape, got the pumpkin there and the stalk. Yeah, it looks pretty meaty. It's going to take off a lot of meat. Right, so, and yeah, if you noticed that actually when I was using it, the Dremel was really working hard, and that's just because it has a lot of, probably, because it's so wide, it's just really working, sort of like grabbing it, and then, I don't know, the wider things are, the more the Dremel is going to have to work. It's more pressure on it. So I'll show you actually what I've been working on. It's pretty cool. So I've been making this little guy out of skateboard wood. So this is a sneak peek at my next video. Yeah, I don't trust the ones I've got at all. Yeah, it's probably a good way to be. Never trust your bears. They're always out to get you. Right, so yeah, so it's pretty much like that. It's slightly bigger. And I'm just having sort of like, the problem with skateboard wood, if you can kind of imagine it, is like that's a piece of skateboard wood and it's 7-ply, and just like plywood, so you've got grain going that way and grain going that way. So essentially, wherever you're carving on this, you're always going to be carving in grain, so it makes it really, really tough. And yeah, so it's made out of Canadian maple, which is the actual kind of like really hard wood to carve anyway. But it does kind of what you want it to do, and it's really, really strong. And so what I did at the beginning is I just laminated a whole lot of skateboards together, and that took a while because each skateboard kind of has a curve in it, so you got to kind of match up the curves. And yeah, so there are a few tiny little gaps in between the skateboards, so just see what happens there. Might have to repair a few things, but it's probably got another 3 hours work on it. And this is actually what I injured my thumb on. So I was using this burr here. I'll just show you how I did it so you don't sort of do something like this as well. And I was holding it like maybe like how was I holding it? Anyway, it was in here somehow. And was holding it something. My thumb must have been over here or something. Anyway, I was holding it. I don't know how I was holding it. How did this happen? How did it get over there? Because I was going into this part. Must have been a whole rotation. Maybe I was holding it maybe like that, and the whole thing, it just gripped and it went over and just hit my thumb there. And yeah, there's quite a lot of blood. Anyway, so that's coming. That video will come out later on in the week, and it's going to look awesome once you sort of like. I'll just do a beeswax finish on that, and it really brings the colours out on those skateboards. So let's get on with this pumpkin. So yeah, I'm a little bit undecided about this wheel thing. I think it's got its uses, but I personally probably, I'm not sure if I'd pay that amount of money for it. I think it was like $35 New Zealand, which is quite a lot of money. So yeah, it wasn't a cheap kind of thing, and I kind of feel it's going to go blunt pretty quick. Anyway, so with the pumpkin, so this is what we're aiming for. I'm going to speed things up a little bit. And so what you would normally do is you would probably use the flame burr and go around and round it all off. But I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use the disc sander. So, and I use the disc sander quite a lot. You don't need the disc sander, but I'm just doing it because, you know, it's going to take a long time to carve this pumpkin if I have to go around with that. So I'm showing you this again because I use a disc sander for kind of rounds. So, and that's what I was doing on that as well. Okay, so cool. Yeah, I think they're, I'll just have a look. Hi Cheryl, how you going? I've been lurking. I watch other people's, actually I watch a lot of YouTube while I'm working as well. So it's all good, or if I'm cooking. So you become a lurker by default. Yeah. Okay, so I'll show you my disc sander. So it's a 12-inch disc sander, and it's quite handy to have. I found the disc sander a lot handier to have than the belt sander. But like I do most of my work on the disc sander, so I guess I'm quite proficient because I'm very good at it. So I'm just going to put on the mask again. I'll show you kind of how I can get the round on that first, and then we will get the round on that. Adjusting this a little bit. You can see all of it. Okay, it's going to get a little bit noisy. Okay, so that's this sander. It's very quick. So the grit on that was, I think this is about a 60 grit. And so I use that for making a lot of my jewellery that I sell. G'day Mark, how you going? Right, okay, just adjust this again. Yeah, so we've sort of rounded off the corners, and you just sort of do that with if you didn't have a descender, you could do that with a flame burr. You know, if you can't be, the good thing about making things small is they take a little bit quicker as well. Sometimes if you only got like a Dremel or something, if you got a chainsaw, like Geordie, he's going to be pumping out the pumpkins pretty easily. It's all sort of like, it depends on what tools you have, isn't it? So essentially, we've got the stalk happening there. It's about the middle. So I quite like the stalk to go over, and then like that, maybe something like that. And okay, so we will just carry on carving, and you guys chat amongst yourselves. I have a look back in the chat. Cool. Yeah, I think you could use a band sander the same way, Claire. But I tend to like the descender just because I'm used to it. That one actually has a band sander on it. And it seems to, like, it goes a little bit slower than a descender. Yeah, I've got a finger sander too, that's quite cool. But yeah. So yeah, a belt sander would work as well. I just find it easier to do it on the sander because it's so easy to just turn it like that. You just got to watch out because on the sander it's going to want to go because it's forcing it down like this. So you got to be aware of it. And I have caught my fingers a few times on it and taken a bit of skin off, but it's not as dangerous as it looks unless you get your finger caught in it or something like that, which you don't want to do, obviously. Yeah, you'll need a finger sander, Claire, when you're chainsaw carving. I think they look quite handy. Right, okay. I will carry on with this. I think we will go for the capsule. So I probably, with these small things, can you guys still hear me? I've got my mask on, so I'm trying to talk a little bit louder. So with these smaller ones, I tend to always like brace my hand on the table, and I always think about, obviously not yesterday when I hit myself, I always think about where the capsule will go if it catches. So I try and keep my hands on this side if I'm carving on this side. So we'll take care of this stalk first. Is that in the middle? Yeah. Just move a little bit. There. You guys can see quite well there.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, all right, chat. Yeah, tools are pricey. Yeah, Chris, yeah, there's always more tools in the waiting line. Cool, thanks, Chris. Yeah, yeah, I remember working graveyard shift. A lot of people don't know this, but okay, you're probably never going to guess. I'll give you a quick few guesses on what I used to do as a 9 to 5 job. Give you a few minutes to come up with maybe a few things. It is completely opposite to using my artistic brain. Okay. Now, so what the next thing is, there it is. So what we're going to do is we're just going to it's taking shape, kind of there. And so the next thing is to sort of like put in these sort of like curves, and sort of like you can see how I've kind of left that little stalky thing there and there. What I'm kind of thinking that I might have to take that down a little bit because it's not going to sit flush with that, but sort of like it's going to be down a little bit. But we will take care of that later. What I want to do is I want to get these curves and going here, the segments, I guess you'd call them. That gives it the classic pumpkin kind of shape. Kind of looks like a bit of an apple now. Okay, so I think the flame bearer is quite a good one with this one. Okay, so have you got any guesses on what I used to do as a job? Nope. Okay, I'll just tell you anyway. Before I start carving,
I'll just take this mask off. So actually, you might not have heard me. So what did I do as a job before I started my jewelry business? I actually worked in hospitals as a scientist in microbiology. And when the pandemic kicked off, the government contacted me, asked me to go back. But luckily in New Zealand, we never really had a bad sort of like outbreak. So the labs here never really got busy, apart from just testing, but not sort of like analysing why the patients are sick and all of that. So that was all good. yeah, so I worked in microbiology, and it was good. I did enjoy it, but it wasn't really me. And I just decided I was I'm 50 now, and I really wanted to be an artist. And I just decided, now's the time. And so I left, and the only job that I kind of was going into was making jewelry, which I had been for a while, just out of wood. It was sort of the equivalent of working in a cafe for an artist. That's how I kind of looked at it. So I would do my jewelry work, which was it's kind of easy money. It's kind of repetitive, but I did that, and I made bronze works and all of that kind of stuff, and still do that. And about a year ago, I decided to start up a YouTube channel as well, and that's what you're watching now. So yeah, yeah, it was a leap, or I was pretty scared. I think everyone kind of thought I was a little bit crazy doing it, because it was a well-paying job and all of that. But the reality was I never really enjoyed it. Well, I enjoyed the work, but I always I don't know. I enjoy doing art more, I guess I should say. Yeah. Okay, so we'll get on with this pumpkin. Okay, so we're just going to carve in these lines now. Maybe I'll put in a few sort of like general kind of where they should be.
Okay, so I'll just so that was for the extreme burst. So then I usually go down to maybe especially carving this year, just do one flip and your stalk will disappear. So I'll go down to maybe the coarse burr and just thin that out a little bit. Yeah, what have we got going in the chat? Hello, Lecha Bottle. Lecha Pot. Coffee. I'm not sure how to say that. Oh, Chris, what are you up to? Are you leaving work as well or going part-time? Ah, cool. Make more phone holders, Mark. That's awesome. Mark's got a Pinterest account, which is pretty cool. Puts his images up on that. This is perfect as I've gone pumpkin crazy this year. Yeah. Oh, when is this announcement coming, Chris? Okay. Yeah, Chris. I am getting a little bit closer to 1,000 subs, which is nice. I quite like the slow growth of the channel. You know, if you get 1 million subs, yeah, in the first couple of days, you've probably done something really crazy. So you want to build up slowly. That's my belief anyway. So it's Puss in Boots, man. I don't understand that clear. Puss in Boots. Ah, November the 1st, eh? Wow. My bet is you're going part-time and you're going to have a lot more time for carving. Okay. Right. I also think you're better off having 1,000 good people on your channel than like 1 million just people just subscribe just for the hell of it, you know. And I've never really done this for the money of it or anything like that because there's hardly any. I just really enjoy making videos and just carving and teaching what I know. And it's actually it's really good for me to actually carve weekly, something different, just so sort of like I can get better at doing a lot of different things. Oh, okay, not part-time. Yeah. We'll wait and see, Chris, what it is. Have you been employed by Capsule or something? Right, okay, better get on with this. Okay, so that's taking shape quite nicely. See you later, Claire. All right, okay, dinner's ready. All right, okay, so I made that kind of a little bit skinnier, the stalk, and now it's just really sort of like getting these parts here sort of a bit smoother and all of that kind of stuff. And so you would have noticed me, I was using like the taper bear, and that's really good for those real small parts in there. When you want to take up off a lot more, use this end of the bear, like the fatter end, because it will take more off. And when you want a little bit more detail, go in with the end right at the end. Oh, g'day, just Rob. How you going? Sorry if I've missed anybody. Right, okay. Right. Pumpkin coming up. So what should I do? I might try and make that a little bit smaller, not sure what you call it, you know, the bit that goes sort of at the bottom of the stalk. What would you call that? Right. Okay, a lot of the time I'll just sort of like change the pairs and see if one works. I'm kind of thinking let's just tidy these kind of up so they don't look so blocky. I'm going to use this fine flame bear. I'll see how that works. Might go back to the chords. The flame bears are really good for sort of rounding things off. Okay, so sort of starting to take shape now. I think I'll just carry on. If you guys want to carry on watching, that'd be awesome. Instead, sort of like watching the sort of like little parts where I'm sort of like, I don't know, just smoothing things out isn't that exciting. But, you know, I've started the job. I feel like I've got to finish it. All right. Okay, so I'm not sure if a lot of you use this one, but I use it a lot because I make a lot of sort of like convex kind of things. That's really good for getting into convex kind of cups and all of that kind of stuff. So this is the Dremel flat cylinder. Okay, so actually, that isn't a Dremel flat cylinder, that's a Dremel flat cylinder. This is a rip-off, a lot cheaper. I can't remember where I got it from there. But I actually like it when they get really worn out, and I get that kind of roundness happening there. They're a lot easier to handle. And even though it's 80 grit, it kind of leaves quite a smooth kind of surface. Yeah, I think I should. Do I sound like Darth Vader, do I? With a mask on. I just can't be, like, it's really hard to take it off and on again. So, can you actually understand what I'm saying? Right. There we go, with this one, and we'll smooth things out. Okay. For the most part, I can understand you, but you definitely have a mask on. Yep. I've actually taken the mask off now. Okay, I was just going to show you this kind of close up. So this is with the Dremel wheel. It's actually quite good for shaping as well, a little bit of shaping going on there. So you can sort of see I did that one there as opposed to that one there. Yeah. And sort of like it's still got quite a way to go, but it's sort of like the end parts that always take a while. What? It shouldn't take too much longer. Okay, so I will move on to quite a bit bigger than that one. Right. Okay, so I'll carry on carving this with the Dremel black sander. Okay, so yeah, that's the Dremel flat sander. I really like them. They are actually a bit pricey, but I don't use them that often. So, and they last for quite a while. So I use them sort of towards the end just to shape it out, and then I will probably. I just want to get that a little bit more refined in there. So I've got this quite nice. Got this quite nice, just diamond burr here. It's quite a nice shape. This kind of work. See you, Chris. Oh, I see you, Rob. And yeah, cool. It's hard to when you're reading the chat, you haven't seen the pretext of what's going on, so sometimes you get a little bit misunderstood. Right, okay. Okay, so what I think is that needs to be a little bit more organic. It's kind of sticking up a little bit too much. So I'm actually going to go in with like a cutter burr, I think. Maybe that one. Where was that one I really liked? Anyone else have that problem? You keep on losing your burrs? I'll try this one, see what happens. Okay. With these, you just want to go in with a really kind of light touch. Okay.
Okay, slowly getting there. Right. Okay, so sort of like putting in the details now. You can sort of see. Hopefully, you can see that. So on this side, I've got sort of details of little bits going into that stumpy bit at the bottom, and that's what I'm going to put in now, just to make it look a little bit more organic. Just looks a little bit flat at the moment, that little disc into the stalk. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use for this one. I want to try and make that a little bit cleaner where it joins onto the pumpkin first. So we'll use maybe there's a tiny little cutter burr. They're quite good. Right. Little pointy diamond bit there. Try and get in a little more details. I always find like that when you're putting in details, you're just constantly changing the burrs. Oh, sorry, just knocked the camera. Right. Okay. So I'm just going in under that. Okay. Right. So Mark, if he's still in here, probably not. He's probably gone. A lot of people saying good night. It's all good. So this is a little tiny. Try to focus it in. It's kind of like a mushroom burr. Mark called it a mushroom burr, so I'm just going to carry on there. So it's got this little bit at the end that kind of sticks out a bit more. So it's really good for putting in like details. And sort of the details that I mean is sort of like, so if you can see on this one, it's got some lines going up the stalk. So that's what we're going to put in with that mushroom burr. Right. Starting to come out. Right. Okay. Just close your ears. I'm just going to. Sometimes a lot of dust gets bit in there and will not close properly. So. Right, okay. Okay, so almost there. It's looking pretty good. I quite like that. It's quite organic. I would probably go back in with, well, I will go back in. I don't know why I keep on saying probably. Okay, so I'll go back in with that diamond burr and just sort of like tidy up around here. And hopefully that'll almost be it. Maybe a little bit of hand sanding. Okay. This is one of the longest streams I've ever done. I know Chris, who was in here before, he does massive like live streams, like 5 hours. They're kind of nice to watch though, they're kind of relaxing. Right, okay.
Okay, so pretty much finished. Looking for that burr I really like. I always lose the burrs. Oh, never mind. Right. Okay. I might just tidy up a little bit in there. See, this is the problem with carving, is you start cooking at the end, and you just carry on, and you go, I need to make that a little bit more perfect. And then the whole day disappears. But that's okay, because, you know, what else are you going to do? Sit and watch Netflix or something? Right, okay. So this burr that I'm carving with now, this is the paper burr, but it's the fine one, the capsule fine paper burr. Right, I think that's looking pretty good. Hand sanding. Hey Matt, just thinking, if you hollow out the bottom and make it big enough, you can put an LED or tea light candles inside those and make a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hey, you could do that. Follow that out in there. Probably put the eyes there and there. That would look pretty cool. I might do that next week maybe. So, when is Halloween? I think it's like on the 31st, isn't it? Oh, I hate pens. I might try that small sander. Always try and get away from not hand sanding things. Yeah, man, that's a good thought. Could put it in my window, nobody would see it, so because it's so small. It's a fun little thing, though. Okay. Let's go quickly over with this. Like, I could spend probably another half an hour just sanding, but I'm not going to. You can always go back and sand it at a later date. And get some beeswax on this and something else. You could also maybe put orange dye on it. Those kind of things. I'll show you another sanding kind of thing I've got. I can find it. I'm showing people this one before. Where did it go? Lost it. Okay, so we've got these ones here. Lit your bot, that's pretty funny. Thank you guys for hanging on in there. Right, so you get these really tiny little discs. They're pretty cheap, they don't last very long. This is 120 grit. Put it on your little Velcro pad there. And what you got to do is you got to turn the Dremel right down. So it's running that speed now. Right down to the lowest speed. And put this in. Because what happens if it's on the highest speed, the sponge distorts and that usually flies off. So I'm not sure how good this will be for sanding this, but I'll give it a go. Not too bad. I keep on moving it as it leaves flat surfaces. Yeah, you got to cool things done sometimes, don't you, Liza John? And just say, you know, I got other things to do in the day. It's done. Sort of showing you all the different methods that you could use to sand it. Right, okay. Let's call that done. Right, I'll go and get some beeswax. Yeah, they would look cool as salt and pepper shaders as well. Right. So I'm just going to put on some clear beeswax on this one. So this is cedar, and I don't often carve in cedar, so I'm not very good at finishing cedar. I'm never quite sure what to put on it. A lot of people burn it, that's quite cool. I could have done that, but I'd probably just burn, it'll probably just disappear. So yeah, you can see the grain coming out. So I hope you enjoyed that live carving. Thank you for watching, and make sure you hit that like, helps me out a bit. Sort of tells the YouTube logarithm for more people to watch it. Sort of a bit of a game. And what did I do with the other? Okay, hang on a sec. Be sure, so some of you might not have seen in the beginning, I showed people what I was actually carving at the moment, and I'll be releasing this video soon, but like it's still got a long way to go, so I'll probably be sanding that quite a bit. So this is a skull made out of skateboard wood all laminated together, and it is proving quite the job. It is very, very hard to carve, but I'm quite liking how it's turned out. It's pretty crazy looking with all the layers, and once I sand that up, that's actually worth spending a bit of time sanding, just because the colours really, really pop out on the skateboard wood. So if a lot of people don't know, like every skateboard has laminated colours in them, and it depends on the brand what kind of colour scheme they go for. So each brand will have a different colour scheme, and the brand that I like the best, because I make jewellery out of a lot of broken skateboards, is the DEF skateboard range. So just off there. There we go. Oh shit. You know what I've done? I've just man, I just snapped it off. Funny. There's my short. Actually, it doesn't look too bad like that. Anyway, you know, you got to roll with the punches. So maybe I'll glue that back on. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just tidy that up a little bit. Yeah, I was going like this, and I went. Anyway. So those are the two pumpkins. I might have to carve a real tiny one. I think that would be quite cool. So, yeah. So, thank you everybody for watching, and take it easy out there. I'll just have a quick look at if I've missed any of the in the chat. Don't think I have really. Yeah, hey, thank you all for. I didn't say hello to Old Plantation. He's probably gone now, or she's gone. Right. Okay. Thank you everybody for watching, and take it easy, and I'll see you next week, and stay tuned for that video coming out later on in the week. Okay, bye.